Yo, give me like a minute. I'll be ready.
Yo,
Brother Green,
what it do?
what it do, baby boo?
Yo, another lazy Sunday, y'all. What's going on? It's cool in here. What's up, Rabbit's Den?
Marco.
Happy Sunday to you, brother.
Collectible fun in the house too. What's up?
What's up, fam?
What's up,
Thanks
guys?
for
How y'all
joining.
been? What's been
Welcome,
going on?
welcome.
Your vacation was good. Your trip was good.
Yeah, it was good. It's too short though, man. It's never long enough.
They never are ever. Period. Ever.
Back to the grind tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Samurai Chris.
Brother Blitz,
Amelia
what's
in
up,
the
mate?
house. What's up, Amelia?
Yo.
What's going on?
Hey,
Amelia, hello. Who has a birthday tomorrow?
Oh, happy birthday, Amelia.
happy birthday.
Props out.
What's up, Samurai?
Chris, what's up? What's up?
Samurai Chris, hello.
You said she got to work at 4 a.m. So just pop it in. Well, thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Get some sleep.
Yes, get that rest.
Yeah.
Tonight, Night Terrors is going to be joining us here in a moment. Hopefully he tests the link and everything. I don't like. He should be
Give me 1 second.
joining us in a second. Oh, no, props out to Green, man. Props out.
Always, I got
That's
you.
dope. That's what's up. That's props, man.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
I texted you at midnight too.
Damn. Hit me with the real birthday. Hey, it's midnight. It's officially your day.
if I don't pass out, no promises. I'm old.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah, man, what's been going on, fellas? I mean, since Friday, we kicked your Friday. Features is on point. We got one in store for you this Friday with super action stuff coming through.
Mm-hmm.
He's excited, man. He's like, because I told him, he goes, what type of questions do you guys want? So I threw him a quick list of some stuff we're gonna ask him, and he's like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's dope. Okay, okay." He was like, "Huh?" Yeah. So he's excited, man.
That's what's up.
Cool. We're excited to have him.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
is
man.
Is he backstage or no?
Is
Saw him in the
Night
chat.
Terrors? No.
I just messaged him, so I'm trying to see.
He's in the chat. He said he doesn't have the link.
I sent him the link.
Okay. Yeah, test that.
I
stuff
just
out.
sent it to him. I've been running around last minute.
Oh, and my bad, man. I didn't know I would have sent it to him. I thought you were gonna send it, so I didn't. But I don't like to double people up. They're like, "What the hell, man? Why are you sending me?" Yeah. So I told him I was gonna break him down with this, and these are the things we were gonna ask him. We're gonna ask him, tell us how you came about creating your line. What's the funnest accessory that you've made so far? How long does it take from conception to design to the finish the product? And lastly, what you want to tease for the future products coming? And he's like, that's perfect. So yeah, it's gonna be
Do
fun.
you like long walks on the beach?
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
What's your favorite type of ice cream?
So Night Terrors is in the green room, so we're gonna go ahead and bring him in a couple seconds. What's up, Ravens?
Ravens
What's
in the
up,
house.
Hope y'all got your white master wing. I'm getting the regular version, but pockets ain't deep enough to get both versions.
The what?
The from Furay, the tiger dude.
That shit.
Oh, yeah.
Tiger master dude looking dude. Yeah, I ain't deep enough to do it like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring in our guest, man.
What's good, guys?
Yo.
Oh,
What's up, man?
There he is. Hello,
What up?
hello.
How you
What's
guys
good
doing?
with you?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
That's good. That's good. So
I haven't
on
done
Lazy,
this. I haven't went on live this route before, so I'm new to this shit. So yeah.
oh well, man, we're gonna put you in a hot seat, man. That's how we do.
Yeah.
But on Lazy Boys, we kick it back. It's nothing too scripted or nothing like that. We just kick it back. But what we do like to do is give you a few moments to, like, tell the toy community, what brought you into this stuff. Just give them a rundown of who you are, like what brought you
Yeah.
into collecting, how long you've been collecting, and how you approach your photography and stuff like that. So break it down.
I feel you, bro. What's good, guys? So I'm Night Terrors. I've been in the toy collecting community since 2015, roughly.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm actually. I started getting into toy photography maybe like 2019, 2020, I'd say. Actually, not 2020. 2020 makes sense. And then since then, man, I just been networking. I started my own toy photography group, Geeked Out Click.
Yes.
So I'm trying to do my thing, stay in my lane, and just make some splashes. Really, just try to focus on the community aspect of toy photography in terms of helping each other out, helping each other improve, and all that jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's what's up, man.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. Geeked Out Click is dope, dude. Y'all fellas,
Thank you, man.
It's dope. It's dope. That's really.
I got
Thank
a
you.
question. How did that come about? How did you what made you say, you know what, I'm ready to do this? Like make a chat where or a group that is all about the positivity in the hobby.
So at the time, there wasn't many toy groups out, you know what I'm saying, as out and present. There was only like a couple, and I wanted to do out so my background is I'm a very empathetic type of guy, where in terms of I volunteer for suicide hotline centers, big bill programs for inner
Oh,
cities.
nice, man.
So I wanted to bring my my pro mental health attitude to toy photography.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah. So if you've been in the toy game and from not in a very deep way, it can get kind of toxic and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was at least try to carve out a nice kind of niche or lane or path. You know what I'm saying? Where we're all artists, we're all promoting each other's work, and we're all trying to get be god tier level. But at the same time, remember how it was coming into the hobby. You didn't know what to do, how to do. You didn't know who to go to ask questions and stuff like that. Sometimes you would reach out to folks and they would be a little bit more reserved in terms of really putting you on game on how to do certain things, and you kind of had to figure out yourself. And basically, Geeked Out Click, what we're about is basically creating a home for for people who are really just in it for support each other's artwork. Nothing about let's get I want to get this many likes, this many followers. All that shit will come in due time and due grind. But the main focus is creating a sense of community. You know what I'm saying? Community. Create a group. Anything. Not to sound cheesy and shit, but we like to try to make it as family oriented as we can. So that means in terms of if anyone has personal issues, you guys, by more than happy to exchange, advice to each other, as well as, while we're running our group, we do, we try to understand the person, not just as a face value, or how much is he posting, how many likes is he getting. We don't pay attention to any of that shit. As long as you're a good person and you support, that's all we care about, and that's all we've been trying to focus on and grow from there.
That's what's up, man. That don't sound cheesy at all, man. That's what's up.
Nah, man.
That's similar to what we do. We come from a group, and that's our family. And we're all about supporting one another, and we bounce topics off of each other. We bounce photos off of each other, and we're always there pretty much for each other. Last year, it's about to be a year now. We lost one of our closest friends who actually got us together, and we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him. So we know what it is to be there. I just went to ChrisCon in Massachusetts. I drove fucking 5 hours just to go see his wife and son. Because she did a table for him, and I don't even do that for my own family.
I feel you. Nah, yo, my
So,
condolences though, bro. That's
Thank
Thank
I,
you, brother. Thank you.
I
Thank
seen
you.
that shit happen in the community where like members pass away, and I can't like, God forbid, I hope that never happens to my group like anytime soon, because
Yes.
you know what I mean.
No,
That's good though. So you guys, how long ago did you guys start this whole like live podcast type thing?
Oh wow.
well, Lazy Boys is going on 2 years,
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
but the Pig Bar is almost 3-4 years already.
Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah,
Say 3, yeah.
yeah, just about 3. Yeah, a little over 3. Yeah, we've been doing it a minute. And again, none of this is Tuscan Traders, man. He pushed us towards this stuff.
Yep.
He was, he pushed us towards this.
Without him, there would be no us.
That's right. That's right.
That's tough.
And so that's what we strive to do, man. Is just keep basically how you fellas are doing, man. Just be a beacon for the community, right? Like be something where the community you can be yourself. You can participate. You don't have to participate. No, there's no pressure. It's just like just chilling and having fun with the toys, having fun, taking shots and doing that's what we're about, man. And it sounds exactly 100% what you fellas about too, and that's good to hear, because you are right. There is some degrees of toxicity, floating around, but the more we hear of fellas like yourselves, there's other fellas out there doing what they're doing, behind the plastic. We got our other Rowdy Boys groups, guys that are doing what they do, worthy addiction and stuff like. The more we see that happening, it's dope, man, because it shows that there is a true appreciation for this hobby, for what we're doing, this collecting. And I hope one day that, like, ChrisCon, I think, was kind of maybe a tip of the iceberg, but I hope one day there is like a big full-on convention for collectors like ourselves.
I think there will be.
Like, link up. And
I think there will be.
I mean, dude, they just hosted their first like official toy con, like toy photography convention last year, I believe, in New Jersey.
Yes.
Or it was in New Jersey, or it was somewhere in the tri-state area or East Coast.
Yeah, it was New Jersey. Wayne, New Jersey Toy Con.
Yes.
So I'm saying, man, I think we all got we all just like, I don't know about y'all, but I had no idea like this was what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I started collecting Hot Toys was my first thing, and then like I got to a point where I had more Hot Toys than I could actually display. You know what I mean? And I was like, this isn't fun, because at the end of the day, they're just like statues to look at. Like I can't. I'm not really like I'm not really creating art from it. And so like how that like doing toy photography came about is because I used to be a graffiti artist. So I needed something to help me kind of like scratch that itch, you know what I'm saying, of being creative and kind of at the same time being a little bit more responsible, you know what I'm saying?
Hear that?
Nah, man. So yeah, man. Like since I transitioned from Hot Toys because I wanted to. Like, I was in the Mezco groups. I started collecting Mezco when they first even created the 112 line collective.
Okay.
And like I just started noticing people were posting like what we see now, like really like realistic toy photography. And not because I came from Hot Toys, so I'm used to like just detolf shots. You know what I'm saying? Just being like, look at my treasure. Yeah, but like and don't get me wrong, for a good minute I kept posting my detolf shots and I was getting no love. So I kind of first did it as a like, let me try and see if I can get my shit up. And man, I mean, I was shit when I started off. You know what I'm saying? But I just, if you really love something. And that stems not even just toys, just like because I'm a huge comic book fan, I'm a huge nerd, you know what I'm saying? And like just being able to kind of like create art using my favorite comic book characters is like that's my shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man.
No, that's exactly what's up, man. That's and I totally hear you, man. We all of us can vouch for that, man. We first started, it was 4 years ago or so. It was just like, what am I just taking a shot of my figure on top of the dresser or something? What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
It was just like,
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, like who thinks of dials and accessories? You're like, well, I got this figure, let me just put his arm up and bam, I got a pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first shot was taken on top of my mantle of my fireplace.
Yeah,
It's just like
just-
Lord's Edge, just like fighting a ranger. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is sick.
Yo, and like it's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people do pull it off great with like the extremes, the 2D dioramas.
Yes.
But you get to a point where like you see people do these crazy pictures with realistic diorama, you know, like what they call foam board dioramas. So once I got like my diorama, my thinking was like, okay, now that I got this, it'll help me. It'll kind of be like training wheels in a sense, where I don't have to really focus on trying to get all these effects and Photoshop shits in the game. You know, I can just focus on natural lighting, natural posing. You know what I'm saying? It helps alleviate the stress if you're not like that tech savvy. You know what I mean? When it comes to photography.
That's right.
And then and that's what's crazy, bro. Is like when we all got into the whole toy collecting and toy photography game. Like, you know, I'm sure, like, I don't know, you guys let me know your experiences, but like, you know, it was hard to find out how people were doing, what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just weren't very approachable when you're asking. Well, they'll give you like very vague answers, and you would have to, it's like a little Blue's Clues, and you'd be like,
I think I got kind of lucky because what got me to really start the toy photography aspect was a toy photographer on IG. And he actually was easy to speak to, and he would post like how he did his shots, which is Sergeant Bananas.
Yeah.
So he would post like how he set up, what type of light, where did he post the light, and then he was like, "Oh, I do YouTube videos soon." So like that actually got me into really wanting to try it out when I started collecting figures. And then he made it sort of easy to, I wouldn't say mimic his technique, but look at his technique and say, okay, now I can try my own way from the platform that he set for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously the rest is history. 4 years later, I got my own style, and that goes for a lot of people in the community.
And I think that's the stigma with people is that, like, you know, I guess maybe they're scared to give away or scared to ask is because they don't want to seem like they're biting or they don't want someone else to bite them. But like me coming from an artist background, you know what I'm saying? Like doing graffiti, you kind of have to mimic until you can carve out your own style.
That's right.
Like I had specific OG veteran, like the godfathers of like East Coast graffiti to look up to, and like, you know, I would take like little bits of their style and kind of make my own shit. But I always paid homage, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I because if you love something, you do the homework on it, and you know where it started, and you know what I'm saying, you know everything. So yeah, man, so what I do to be to set example is that when people ask me like, hey bro, like for instance, like very recently, some of my members were you know, they're like maybe not as like a higher skill set. So they're asking, you know, they were like, you know, I don't know how else to improve. And I was like, here are a couple apps, play with them, and they'll like just adding like little effects here and there will pop your, you know, your picture out by that much. And I'll take step-by-step screenshots. I don't just give like an app and say figure it out. I'm like, nah, let me walk you through this shit.
Oh, that's dope.
That's awesome, man. That's sick.
What's up.
Like one of my mans, like he like you know, because CapCut is a little bit of a learning curve. So he saw my reels and he's like, how are you doing this? And I was like, boom, step by step. What I'm gonna do, what I'm clicking on, what I'm, you know, I circle everything, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I give notes, you know what I mean? Because
there you go.
I treat people how I would want to be treated. So you know what I mean? That's why I try.
Yep.
That's how
that works. I mean, we get people that ask us a lot of things, and I like it's humbling when somebody asks you something because you're like, I'm like, I'm no expert, and I'm like, but you're asking me. But
I barely know what I'm doing myself.
Yeah, it's nice to help someone who's trying to go further in the hobby of toy photography. But the fact that you know that they're having fun with the process, I'm more than happy to help someone because you're having fun, which is the main thing. Like if you're not having fun in the process, like then you should take a step back for a few until you're sure this is something that you're going to be like, you know what, I could have fun doing this and take good photos. So, but
you'd be surprised at how many people like burn out because they get too in their head. Like some like I remember it was like some folk was like you know like he does great work, by the way. He did great work. Like I even thought he was better than me, and he would just always be like, how come I don't get the same amount of likes you get? You know, he'd be shit like that, and he'd be like, I don't. That's it makes me not want to post and that. It's like, dude, like the you know what I'm saying, the amount of, you know, just because the amount of likes doesn't dictate your skill set. You know what I'm saying? You got Instagram algorithm working against you.
Exactly.
You have following disproportionate, different habits. That's so that AI, social media, whatever shit picks up, and you know it might not promote your work as much as the next dude who.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's like gambling. It's like a luck game. You kind of have to figure out the matrix, if you will, and try to, like, you know what I'm saying, find your own way through it. And you have some people being like, oh, like, you know, like getting out of the toy game, only being like 3 years into it, and just being like, no, I'm not really into it. And it's just like, it makes you question. It's just like, dog, you know, in order for you to really enjoy this hobby, you have to be in it just for the toys, man. Just to like, just to have, not even like just to, you know, not even to like get clout or get any kind of social media beneficial off. Just getting a figure and being like, oh my god, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, this is Batman. I grew up at Batman. He's one of my favorite fucking comic books. I have the figure that I grew up with. Yes, that's my shit. And that's the spark that, you know, that kicks off everything else. Like that comes before anything else.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
For me, like, and this is funny, and this goes out to everybody out there. For me, personally, I think everyone, at least everyone I've seen post on throughout the algorithm of posting on their toy picks, I think everybody's talented, honestly. I think they all are. I think it's just a matter of guidance, I think. And the reason why I say that is because and I'm gonna go back to Tusker Traders to Ryan. So I was like you too, you know, Knights. I was when I first took my first pictures, I was kind of coming from that point of view of it's the collection, right? So I'm kind of just taking, that's why I'm taking a shot of it on the dresser or something, because I didn't have it a detox per se, but I'm thinking of it like I have it displayed there, so I'm taking a shot like that. It wasn't until Ryan hit me with his humor, with his creativity of putting the figures in a situation that the light bulb came on. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I can actually have fun with these dudes. I don't have to take a shot of them as just figures. I can have fun with my imagination translated to what I want to shoot. And then that's what I see across the board with everyone. Everyone has the skills. I don't think no one out there doesn't have the skills. They all have the skills. It's just being influenced to embrace yourself. What do you see in your mind's eye that you want to put back out? And that's how you see you. And once people that light bulb kicks on, you actually see a dramatic climb in how their photo looks. Because now they're actually thinking with their mind, they're thinking with their imagination, they're thinking with their heart, like what they feel. Because I think a lot of times people are just taking a shot when they first start out because they're doing it almost from the display point of view. It's like, oh, I got this figure. And then they get that imagination going, and man, they're on popping, bro. So that's where I
think toy photographers that start out now, as opposed to a few years ago, got it better. Only because, like, I remember, I remember starting when I didn't know nobody, and it was like, how do I pose? How do I do this? Is my posing too exaggerating, or is it? Does it look realistic enough for the posing? And now you have toy photographers that are able to start now, and like they get to study because there's so many toy photographers out there. And it's unbelievable, like the amount that you see. And it's like, well, they got enough to study off of to be like, you know what? Now I know I could pose this figure like this, or I can do this with this figure, or maybe I could do the lighting like this. So it's like,
and
it's
like
just crazy.
And like people again, like always get very subconscious, like, oh, because he did it, maybe I can't do it. Like, you know, oh, someone else took a shot like that. It's like, dude, do it your way. You know what I'm saying? It's not, everyone has their own, you know, set of processes in line. It's not going to be the same product. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be your own spin on whatever theme or, you know, composition you're trying to capture, really. You know what I mean?
We have a saying and the guys know this because we say this all the time. All of us can purchase the exact same figure, sit down and say we're going to pose the figure the exact same way, take the exact same photo, and all 5 photos will be different.
Yep.
100.
Exactly.
And like people got to understand, like you build your own style like that because there's no way to duplicate somebody's photo. It's real difficult. You need to be like a real expert, like background photography from like 15, 20 years and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing to get even close to the exact photo of somebody else's work.
Yeah.
So like people got to understand, like it's a process when you start out and finding your style. It's not something that's going to come natural, and don't be ashamed if a photo doesn't look like how the other person's photo looked, because nobody could be duplicated.
I mean, I'm sure we all started from the bottom, like in terms of like, you know, getting like, like 8 likes on a fucking picture. And you're like, what? I spent like an hour on this shit. You're like, you're mad eating and shit. It's like, yo, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, boom, you're getting the big boy likes, and then you know, the main important factor is that you're keeping that humble approach, that perspective into the hobby. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting too caught in the fucking maze, you know. There's some people who literally like they have a whole weird, like crazy intricate process of how to like post and what subjects to post, what toy brands to post, what, you know what I'm saying, like that you have to kind of figure out yourself on what you're trying to do. For me personally, like I'm an artist first and foremost, so I'm gonna post whatever the fuck I like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. How it should be.
I respect people who do the more, I don't know what to call it, the more, I guess, like mainstreamish, like, you know, like the influencer type of way. I have no problems against them doing that. It's just like, I feel like for me, I know me personally, it will suck the joy out of it, making it mechanical and very like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Imagine it. That's the whole thing, and that's what I'm saying. It's like for toy photographers out there, man. First and foremost, it's imagination, man. Use your imagination. This is what that's why we even look, man. Knight's already said it at the top, at the very beginning. He's like, you read these comic books, you get this figure of a figure that you, oh man, I want a 3D representation of this character. That's before you got that figure, you were using your imagination. So once you get that figure, continue using your imagination. Don't ever let like structure and those things, because I know a lot of times I see fellas get caught up in the structure of, am I using lighting right? Am I using angles right? Don't worry, just use your imagination, man, and just shoot. And you're going to get to what you have fun with, and you're going to get to something. You might stumble upon something that you never even knew you had in you as far as representation if you just get out there and start shooting. And then people
ain't that the fucking truth?
Where'd you come up with that style? Don't ask me. You know, you gotta always, man, and it's probably just my martial arts back. It's like it's Jeet Kune Do, man. It's like water. You like water. Don't approach this shit. Like, just have fun. Have fun.
Like in the beginning, I used to focus on like straightforward photos and like trying to expand the scene.
Yeah.
And then it was through like trial and error. I was like, you know what? I like weird fucking angles. Like I'm gonna fucking shoot it the way I like.
That's why. That's the same here too, bro. I like, for me, like I love Dutch angles. Sometimes I'll try to like, you know, pull myself back a little bit and try to take a little bit more regular format, but I do like a little tilt, you know what I'm saying? I think it gives a little attitude, especially if you're like me, like I love those like gritty action movies where like it's like constantly chaotic camera angles and shit like that. That's what I'm always trying to capture, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my shit.
Oh man, I love it, man. That's I mean, and I'm glad that you are infusing that with Geeked Out Clip, man. That's dope. That's dope. You're infusing that and letting people be introduced to that way, because I mean, coming into this game, man, it like, and Blitz just said it earlier, back then we didn't really have anyone to even look towards, or what. It was just like you're kind of off on your own in these woods.
Yeah.
And I think now the new toy photographers joining, man, they are at an awesome advantage. So take advantage of that. And use the resources that are available and get it done, man. Have fun.
I mean, it's not even like just purely toy photography wise that you'll see some of the, you know, like the busyness or the toxicityness. Like you just go on the main toy brands posts and just look in the comments, and you have even just from a collecting standpoint, you have so many people just like, you know, they're not happy about something. They're always just like,
right.
It's a war zone in the
and
comments,
like,
man.
I mean, there's some times where I'm like, I agree, okay, cool, that one sucks, but like for the most part, I'm like, dude, like let's scale it back to when we were a little kid. Like we didn't have toys like this to like any possible degree closest to like, you know, to level of quality.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, and especially I mean I understand it more for the higher end toy brands, but it's so annoying when you see that shit go down on McFarlane Toys or Marvel Legends. It's like, yo, y'all are getting this shit for like $20-$40. Like, what do you want? You're asking for like $100 quality for the price of $20-$40. Like, it don't make no sense to me.
No, you're right about that, and from that perspective, you are absolutely right, because I think like and it's interesting to hear your perspective as a hot toy collector, because that's something that I don't think people realize the quality of what goes into those figures at that price point, because that's a whole nother, like, you're right, those are kind of works of art almost when you get into hot toys. It gets kind of crazy. And so you do see it I think, and I've seen on the message boards, I see when they do live streams or whatever, what I do see is that people are getting in there and it's like their demands, I think, go beyond what is actually achievable at that level of that. You know what I mean? Like, now, don't get me wrong. I know, like, for example, Hasbro and McFarlane, their business, they're going to cut corners. They're going to do what they need to do to make their money.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can be shady and swarmy. But at the end of the day, you have to also make that decision consciously with your wallet. What do you want to put it down on?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't have to buy everything.
My only beef with Hasbro is with Black Series. Stop putting fucking trigger hands on Jedi. They got a lightsaber.
Bro,
I told you that's gang stuff. That's gang stuff, man. Somebody over there is gang laced. They keep
you can imagine McFarlane Toys. You got fucking Wonder Woman with trigger fingers. Like, why does she have that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Make
why
a new set of hands. Jesus Christ. What are you doing?
It's like, and then these toys don't come with
Like,
guns anyway, so why are you putting
one extra set of hands?
Right.
That's all we're asking. You just got trigger hands.
I'm telling you, man, how much you want to bet if we
trigger hands, no guns?
If we did a petition and like had everybody start posting up figures with the trigger finger hand signs, how soon would they would change that shit? Because they'd be like, is this a gang culture wave? All I see is pictures with these figures holding their hands up in a gang sign.
It'd be like what is it, like he look like he's throwing up the crib sign. It'd be like build a crib.
Build a crib.
Build a crib.
Not like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Master, and Seawalk edition.
Exactly. Oh man.
I mean, the best figure though, like on the side note for that, since we're on the topic, the best side figure I felt like for a hip hop perspective. I don't know if you guys are into Mezco. Mezco Vapor is a great fucking subject to get creative with. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can do anything, really.
That was my grail last year.
Blitz enabled me into that one. He enabled me into that.
Dude, I got some. I went a whole spiral because I made like a limited series of like, you know, of storytelling via toy photography using Vapor. So I bought a bunch of like. I went through Etsy. I bought a bunch of like little diorama shits. Like I found like a little tiny Ouija board, like a little. I found like mini drug dioramas. So I made like a trap boy Vapor and all that shit. Yeah, man. I even got the mirror with the candy line.
Oh, sick.
Oh, yo.
That's awesome.
I remember
That's
like
dope.
I had a couple people call to me like, yo, like you shouldn't be posting pictures like that. I'm like, I know, I'm just doing this for experiment, like an artistic project for me. And like once I'm done, I'm done. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? I wrapped
Yeah,
it up
but
and I
it's
moved on.
again, that's imagination in creativity. It's not like
It's
I don't
art.
think you like any shot that we post with these figures. First of all, we didn't make them, so it's not really out of bounds. Because if it was out of bounds, and they would be telling us, "Don't post a picture. You didn't make that figure. Don't post no picture." But since that's not even a part of the culture, it's like have fun, do what you do, what comes to your mind, you know. Because I see a lot of people. One of the dudes that I follow is horror something. Hardcore plastic.
Hardcore plastic.
He basically does like I don't know, like kind of softcore porn or whatever he does. But I always dig him up because I feel like he's kind of in a realm where people scoff at him. But the fact of the matter is if they didn't make those faces like that and they didn't do that like that, then he wouldn't have them in the first place. He's decided to do with them that route, and that's the art he's trying to create. It's like you let people use their imaginations as long as it's not, you know.
Is that the dude that does the that Japanese like rope tying pictures? You know what I'm talking about, that guy?
That's another dude.
No, that's another
guy.
account. I know what he's talking about.
I seen that one
there's
too.
another dude that does just does setups that look like it looks like he works I don't know for Wicked Entertainment or something, like he works with Violet Myers or something. I don't know, because he sets up the complete shots and it's crazy. It's super elaborate, but it might be considered, you know, X-rated or whatever.
I forgot one of the toy pages they posted up like on Threads. They were like, you know, how do you feel about, you know, I forgot what they labeled exactly, but it's the type of photography we're talking about. And I said, it's like, listen, it's not particularly my type of thing. Like I don't look for it, but I acknowledge the artistic, you know, effort that went into it. I do acknowledge there's an artistic, you know, side of it. So like I'm not gonna be here and judge and be like, oh, what's this weirdo doing? Like, nah, man, like that's his shit. That's his shit. Like, for instance, like if Instagram wasn't as sensitive, if the toy photography, toy collecting hobby wasn't so kind of like censored in a bit, I would do a lot of more horror, a lot more hood type photography.
That's right.
But because of, you know, luckily I'm also like, even I want to explore those aspects. I do love recreating comic book panels, so luckily I just like, you know, I lean more towards the comic book shit.
That's
but
right.
You know what I'm saying, we shouldn't be limited by like what other people think and all that jazz. It kind of sucks the fun out of it.
It does, because you're just, at the end of the day, you're just taking shots of the figures that you purchased that you enjoy, and you're using your imagination to represent that. That, like, there's, you know, it's there. I mean, there, and I think there's limits. Like, there's things that are, you know, can be clearly offensive, and there's things that aren't. Like, you just have to know that limit, and I think that limit's very black and white. I would think. It's just, you know, other than that, it's art. Other than that, it's people just expressing that. Because I'm pretty sure there's people out there on the flip side of that might get tired of seeing photograph. It's like if you take pictures of the flag, right?
Yeah.
You know, there might be people who are like, I'm tired of seeing pictures of the flag. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to see another damn picture of the flag. But that might be what that person's collection is about. Maybe they predominantly collect Flash action figures. Maybe they predominantly collect different Flashes. Don't hate on them for that's what they're choosing to spend their money on. Let them express themselves and do what they do, man.
Like I'm sure, like people like at McFarlane, because I collect McFarlane toys just because I'm a huge Spawn and DC fan. Even before they got the new license from DC. So like I have like a lot of Batmans, and like I have no shame. I don't give a fuck. Like I think I have all the Mezco Batmans and at least like a good chunk of McFarlane Batman.
Because you like,
and it's funny because I don't even shoot them that much, though. It's like I like villains. I think villains, you capture a lot of more mood and attitude, and that's why I gravitate towards. And it's funny because I'm just like, I just have like a bunch of Batmans in storage that I don't really fucking shoot. So not like after I catch up, you know, with shooting like at least a portrait shot of every figure in my collection. I'm still like 100 picks away, 100 figures away from showcasing. That's when I'm gonna dive into and do more Batman, like superhero type shots. You know what I mean?
But see, what's dope about that again? That's because you like Batman, so those figures would be in your collection whether you were using them to put up on Instagram or not. You just have some Batman. You got Batman. Yeah. That's what you like, man. So there's nothing wrong with that. Speaking of that, you said you kind of converted from the Hot Toys into Mezco. Was it because they're kind of like mini Hot Toys is what made you like immediately?
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know if are any of you guys Hot Toys collectors or ex Hot Toys collectors?
I got a few.
I live vicariously through everybody.
If you ever get one, bro, if you ever get one in hands, like they are so hard to actually pose. Like it's a bitch. It's a fucking like even with the blow dryer and everything, it's a like they're fucking stiff. You know what I mean? And I can only imagine the people who collect the Spider-Man Hot Toys because they want the dynamic poses. I'm like, good luck, have fun with that. It's gonna take like 3 hours of you just posing.
Nice.
But nah, man, like what Mezco did, Mezco gave you a feasible way to do what you wanted to do with Hot Toys, but you know, on a more feasible scale. I mean, no one wants to build or buy what they call 1/6 scale dioramas for your Hot Toys. That's insane. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro,
could you imagine that?
That'd be crazy.
Man, it's like the whole house. No, I'm just kidding.
Might as well build yourself
like,
a diorama apartment.
Also, Hot Toys are very expensive. So, like, I mean, some of these people are outside lining up firecrackers and all that cool shit, and you can't do that with a Hot Toy. You gotta,
hell no.
You have to be extremely great at Photoshop. I feel to be a great Hot Toy photographer, in my opinion.
Nah, it's funny you said that because, like, Spider-Man, he's my favorite character. But I don't own.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I know you too. I don't own a single Spider-Man Hot Toy specifically because of the reason you just said. Like, I'm not even.
I have so many friends that are big Spider-Man fans, and like I'm not really a big Spider-Man fan, but I tell them what's what because they're always like, oh, I saw that new Mezco Spider-Man. Like, should I buy it? I'm like. Depends. Like, do you want your Spider-Man to be able to eat his own ass like the majority of Spider-Man fans? Then no, you don't want to get that. Stick to Marvel. Because yo, even under Mayfix and Marvel Legends Spider-Mans, like there's still fans that are like, oh, I wanted to have more articulation. I'm like, how much articulation do you want this guy?
Right.
And like, yo, I even analyzed it from a comic book head. I was like, you know what? How come every time Spider-Man swings, he always does something extra? He always got his leg behind his fucking head doing like a spread eagle. Like, you can't swing normal. Why are you doing all that extra shit? You're tiring yourself out. I don't know what you do.
He's kind of more like Dog Man because he can actually reach his nuts with his own face.
Dude, he's always got his legs in the air when he's swinging. I'm like, there's no reason for you to be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
You don't see Batman with his legs up in the air every time he swings down a fucking skyway.
If I did, that'd be hilarious as hell. If you saw Batman like all splayed out. Batman splayed out.
Doing splits in the air.
And that's why Mezco Spider-Man figs are like they're okay to me. They don't bother me because I don't do those extreme poses. It doesn't like I don't care for them personally. But I understand why, you know.
Nights, you just hooked me up with an idea. I'm gonna do a Batman.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, do it, bro.
His legs off.
Have him doing the splits in the shape of the bat signal.
There you go. There you go. Swinging through the air. Oh man, that's wow. Nah, man. So then you what was the next line you dove into after you started picking up the Mezco?
Dog, it just rabbit holes. It really did. You know, I had a rule. I was like, I'm just gonna buy Mezco toys. Like, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, Mezco doesn't make enough figures in a franchise for a character or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like for instance, like they make a lot of more superheroes than supervillains. So you're kind of at an unbalanced scale. So you want to create more pictures, more scenes with your Mezco figure. You need bad guys. You need to start dipping into other lines. For me, at least. So that's when I started getting more into Marvel Legends, McFarlane toys because I wanted to mix up, you know. I wanted to be able to shoot my high quality Mezco toy, and even if I gotta like do some finagling, because you know McFarlane toys is 7 inches, it's a little bit taller.
Yeah.
You basically just have to kind of like, you know, composition, framing, distance the figures, so you capture, it doesn't look that too out of whack. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And like, yeah, man, I mean, that never bothered, like that hasn't gotten to me yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have zero regrets about getting into those other toy lines because, like I said, I've been reading comic books since I was 10 years old. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I love all these like obscure characters that I know for a fact the higher premium quality toy brands won't touch because it's not going to make them, make profit.
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me at least, like I'm a completionist, and in terms of like, and also I like to spoil the little nerd in me. So I'm like, for instance, like I got like I love the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants from X-Men.
Yeah.
So I had to get like the Blob.
Let's see. Oh, I thought you had him show to us.
And like Pyro and Mystique and all those jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, man. It's so funny though. I feel like we went the reverse direction of you went, because I can just say even a year and a half ago, if I didn't own any Mezco. It wasn't until Blitz got Vapor and he enabled me. He's like, man, he's like, do it, bro, just do it. And so that was my very first one that I ever got. Now I got quite a few of them because I was, it was all like the lower end figures,
I got
a that's fine for like both avenues. You know what I'm saying? So like reason why like I went the route I went is because I went like I guess I got lucky, or I don't even call it lucky. I started into like the very expensive toy hobbies, like when it came to like art toys like Cause, like Sofubi, like those shits that cost like $500 a pop and like $1,000. Like, and then from there, I was like, okay, let me lean back, and that's when I went to Hot Toys, and I went down. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Green, what you
But
saying?
I think was better for me because I see people going up, upgrading their shit, and there's gonna come a point where, because especially a lot of people, like I have a different situation. I know a lot of people, other peers are, they have fiancés, wives, kids, and all that stuff. Extra bills. I'm single, solo, dolo, and I just I live a simple life.
Right
so
here,
I'm
brother.
I'm able to collect what I want to collect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm fortunate. People always ask me, like, they're like, "Are you rich?" I'm like, "No, I'm not rich. I just don't have I don't have any obligations."
That's true,
right? I have a dog. That's it.
I was like, I have no adult responsibilities besides work and what I'm saying, paying my bills.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But
What you cracking on, Green?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to share my Mezco story. It ties into Ryan. So I remember first Mezco I got was the Netflix Daredevil version. And like one of the first people to comment on the shot was Ryan. And then like an hour later, so he messaged me. He was like, so yeah, you like that Mezco, don't you? He's like, prepared. That's a deep rabbit hole, brother. I'm like, yeah.
You know what's another bad
sweet.
rabbit hole? The Mythic Legions that shit fucked me up way worse.
Yeah. That's one I've avoided. So
I blame Blitz for that one too. I blame him for that one too.
Dude, you know what broke the camel's back? It was they came out with the Krampus figure.
Okay.
And I was like, I need that shit because I've always wanted like a fucking action figure of it.
Yeah.
So I bought that and I was like, you can't just have one, and then you're like, you keep going and going.
Who you telling? That's my background. All mythics in the background.
Yeah,
dude, especially like if you love like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, or like you've seen like medieval culture as a kid, as if you're a history nerd, it scratches that itch, as well as the sci-fi aspect of it.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. No, it's I think that at this stage, and I've said this too many damn times, at this stage we are truly in the golden age of collecting, man. You can pretty much get any line, collect, cherry pick anywhere. You can go down any rabbit hole you want, and I don't think it's bad. You know what I mean? You're in for a treat no matter which rabbit hole you go down, because you're going to be able to get what you feel is your money's worth out of what you purchase, because it's there for you to do it. Like, I mean,
just
if you only have one choice.
Just never look into customizing, because that's even another hole I went into.
Oh yes, I'm sure it is. I know.
I did the OG Joker Red Hood.
Hold up.
Oh shit!
Keep him up there,
bro.
Oh,
so he has like I remember like my peoples were like, he doesn't need the cape. I'm like, nah, go back in the comics. He has the cape. I was like, I had this.
That's dope, dude.
And then Mezco kind of fucked me over with this. I spent at least like $300 like customizing this, and now they're making.
Hold on.
Oh yo.
The mask.
Hold him up.
Now Mezco is releasing him.
I know.
Are they really?
The comic version, yeah.
And like almost the same head sculpt. It's like identical to it.
Wow. It's Mezco. I guess they'll eventually get around to it.
This one I made as like a love project, and like, so I'm a big Iron Fist fan. And I know we're definitely not getting any Iron Fist like main bad guys, so I made his arch nemesis Steel Serpent.
Yes, dude,
that's dope.
And I got my boy to paint because he has the chest symbol is different, and like
because he doesn't have the full.
I used a V Toys buck, and I basically I had to like mix that in with the actual Mezco Iron Fist like gauntlets and hands, so that he can do he can do everything that the regular Mezco Iron Fist can do.
Nice.
That's
Get off, man. That's sick.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, so you're right. The customizing rabbit hole is its own. It's its own rabbit hole. That's and there is definitely dudes out there that we know that have went down a hardcore. Midnight Stars, those guys, they went down the customizing route. Like sometimes you don't know whether that's a figure that they get it so blended. It's like, did you buy that one or
exactly?
especially Midnight.
Yeah,
right.
Midnight makes all the figures in the comics that Hasbro won't make.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's dope.
He's
I
crazy.
saw it.
Midnight Stars, yeah, man.
Dude, they're so crazy with it now. Like my man's actually did it for I don't know if I have it available. I paid him, commissioned him to customize me a Victor Zsasz for Batman.
Nice.
So he actually put the clay, the Maj, whatever shit, on the figure and sculpted the scars out like each one out.
Oh,
that's dope. That's dope. Because Zsasz, that would be that's a lot of work if you're gonna make, because that dude is.
So I'll show you. I got it right here actually.
Okay, here, hold on. Let's get him.
He sculpted and carved out each scar.
Oh, that's dope.
Damn.
Because I don't know if you guys are Batman experts and shit, but like out of like the actual like non superpowered villain, like, he's one of the most sadistic motherfuckers like Batman comes across.
That's sick.
That's badass.
Man.
This is worth like this was expensive, but it's worth every penny. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a work of art. You know what I mean? Like the way he did it.
Oh man. So how do you like? When it's not customizing, how do you go about getting your figs? Do you order online? You got a collectible store near you? How do you go about getting this stuff?
So I never had the benefit of, I mean, not the like the the positive experience to be able to go into stores and buy these like exclusives. Because I do miss the aspect of toy collecting, but it just sucks, bro. Like all the Walmarts and Targets near me, like they're always ransacked, like on a weekly basis. And I'm like, who is doing this?
Who's doing this?
Because dog, like, I mean, like I was oblivious for a year, but then like I was like, it was 2 years into it. I'm like, how is this still going? So now I gotta do everything through online, But I still get the same result,
There's no collectible shop or comic shop near you that you link up with?
Well, that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to collectible shops, they'll sell it at and I understand it, and I would never try to price gouge them, because the comic book shops is a quote dying industry.
Yes.
So they have to mark up their toys, which I don't know. By all means, they need to do that. I don't. But at the same time, I don't want to have to pay more for like a Marvel Legend, like you know what I'm saying.
That's
if you
right.
get like an exclusive that for like $25, you gotta pay like 40, 50 bucks on the aftermarket.
That's right. Green is the only one that luckily has a common shop where he be getting stuff at cost, man. I don't know how you.
Oh yeah.
I got one near me. They're pretty good. Like a standard Marvel Legend would be like $30. Like Black Series is $30.
Yeah,
that's not that bad.
No, it's really not. And plus, like you were saying, you know, comic shops are a dying breed, and these guys are really good dudes. So you know, I don't mind supporting them and helping them out. You know.
For the longest time, I was buying physical I was picking up at least like a 30-40 stack every week of comic books from my local shop before it closed down. So I didn't want to have to switch to digital. I wanted to keep, you know, supporting the actual, you know, the peoples, but it got to a point where they closed down every shop like within a reasonable drivable distance from me. So I had no choice but to move to digital, you know.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Wow. Yeah, it is. The thing is it has. I will say that it's weird because I didn't think I would ever go to like predominantly online, but it seems like I am now. It's almost kind of exclusively to some degree. Like I do find some stuff in the wild or occasionally or whatever, but it's predominantly online. It's crazy, you know, because you think back. Just a few years ago, you were finding stuff out in the streets. You were getting so, oh man, that's what you know. As I was telling the story, what was it on Friday or what? Or maybe it was last Wednesday that I found back in the day. I found the entire Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave just at a Walgreens on sale. And it's like the whole wave just sitting there. So it's like, but that's not a thing that happens very often nowadays. It's like most of my Targets and Walmarts, particularly Walmart. First of all, Walmart has stuff from 3 years ago, and then the Target is usually ramsacked for the most part. Like it's tough. It's rare.
Dude, like I don't get it to a certain extent because it's like, dog, like why are you putting so much effort to resell like Marvel Legends and make profit? You can't be making that much profit to justify you dragging your ass.
Oh yeah, man.
You'd be surprised. So there's this was a while back. This was when the retro carded Black Symbiote Spider-Man wave came out. And I think you remember, fellas, where I told you that the guy like almost fought a guy because he was running into the house. He ran into me. Bro, I walked to the aisle just to look for that Spider-Man, and I got lucky. It was on the show. And these dudes were fucking fighting over Hot Wheels. So they make money. So some of the Hot Wheels that they were fighting over, obviously Hot Wheels are like $1, $1.50 or whatever, or $2.
Yeah.
They were selling the fucking Hot Wheels for $300, $400 because they were limited edition where there was only certain amounts that were made and issued to stores. Same thing with figures. They'll go and they'll scan figures, see what it's going for on eBay, and they'll grab the figures. So they go there 8 o'clock in the morning in groups. Fucking fight each other and chase and race down the aisles and fucking ransack it, man. If you put it like this, if you go, so I live in New York, right? And there's the Target closest to me. If you're not there at 8 o'clock on the dot, when they open and you know they restock at 8:05, there is nothing in the aisles.
Damn.
They're taking that stuff like ants at a picnic.
Are you in the city? Or you upstate?
Nah, I'm in the city. I'm in the.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes more sense. If you're in the city, shit.
Damn, that's rough, dude.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. And like I went to 2 Targets today trying to find Legends D'Lo Brown, and it was just so sad. Like I went to one Target, I ended up getting my wife something because it was like so. Like I didn't want to leave empty-handed. I was like, you know what? Let me just get you something. What you want? And she showed me. And then we went. She was like, let's go to this other Target. And I'm like, I don't want to drive over there because I know they're not gonna have shit. And what happened? They didn't have shit.
Damn, man.
That's the worst, bro. When you're a grown ass man and you're speed walking through a goddamn Target just to run to the toy aisle, and and like if you found something, it makes it all worth it. But when you don't find it, you have to take that L and be like, wow, a grown ass man just like only went to Target and picked up a fucking toy.
Yo,
I'm telling you, man, me and the kids booked that shit.
Yo, I walk
You
out
take
of the
one
Target
side of
if
the
I don't
aisle,
find something.
converge.
Yeah. I walk out of the Target like sucking my teeth, like fuck, man, like, shit,
Yeah.
fucking waste my gas.
Oh, man.
Yo,
For real.
are pops still a thing? Like, are people still like flipping
Oh,
those
yeah.
shits?
I
Yeah.
don't think so. My all the Targets that are close to me always have all the fucking pops. Like
Oh, really?
that's like the
Yeah.
only thing.
Yeah.
They're usually
Yeah.
gone in my area.
Yeah.
I remember like
That's like the
I knew
only
like
thing
a couple
full.
heads that would go to Comic-Con every year and they would get the exclusive you know, like
Yes.
the booth pass just to get
Yes.
the the latest chase. And they
Mhm.
make money off that shit. I'm like,
Oh, hell
Jesus. I mean, they're fun to decorate your office with, but like,
Telling you, man, it
I
gets
don't
deep.
know.
It gets deep out here. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm still laughing. You said a grown man speed walking through the
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how I
man.
am, bro. Because I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? I just want to be in my zone. And, like, it's always mad funny because, like, you're the only fucking, you got kids running around you and shit. And you're like, you got it? You got it? Fuck.
Or you take the like my wife says, like the detour. Like I be speed walking through the fucking like the little kids clothing section.
Yeah.
Cut through.
I
Cut
run to
through.
that shit, bro.
Oh,
That walk of
man.
shame sucks. And then like the guards in the front, it's like they know you're going to the toy section. They see you
They
speed
do.
walking, they're like, oh, he's gonna go get disappointed right now.
They do, man. They do. They do. They
And
do.
like, yo, sometimes I'll be like, I can't walk away from nothing. I was like, I'll get like a little Lego or something. Like, just I was like,
Oh,
how
man.
immature is this shit? It's like, goddamn, whatever.
Damn,
sucks.
man. Oh,
Yo,
man.
Marvel Legends is like, I feel like they're making it. I mean, if I was a scalper, I'd be more pissed because they are re-releasing figures very often, like more often
They
than
are.
they were before.
Yep.
Like, for example, Vision came out 2018,
Uh-huh.
and now they're redoing another one. That's not like they did
Yep.
a bunch of other ones. Spider-Man's, I don't want to touch that.
That's true. I think a lot of like a lot of the companies are re-releasing. They're getting down their science and they're kind of finally releasing. And it's funny because it's like it almost makes you think, well, could you have held back to begin with? I mean, I know they're business, so they can't, but it's you're seeing a lot of the toy manufacturers, no matter what level they are, that are they're getting better at how they manufacture their figures and they're re-releasing them. But what's lovely about that in certain sense is that you can cherry pick even more. Like that just that frees my wallet up for something else. Because okay, while everybody's out hunting that, I can go over here and get this that I didn't get or whatever. Because I'm not worried about that. So it's kind of nice that they do that because that makes not everything new, and you have to worry about them. This fool said I get Liquid Death Aguave tea because that's the only Target they sell that right now. I can't. He goes there and get the drink.
Freaking Biko.
Hey, don't leave empty-handed, man.
Yeah, have you guys touched Mayfex stuff? Like the Japanese toy lines?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Like, see, I think again, once the seal was broke for Mezco getting a premium figure, then the seal was broke, and now I'm just getting more.
It's crazy though, because some people are still I'll go to the Mayfex Facebook groups, and like I only start collecting Mayfex to get the best of a character that I feel Mezco won't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like for instance, I bought their Storm, I bought their Jean Grey, Psylocke, because I'm like, what are the chances that Mezco is gonna make? They suck at making female figures in general. So I'm like, what's the you know what I'm saying? What's the likelihood? I'm like, I think it's a safe bet. So I get those.
No, I've set myself to I'm really in the phase of buying the figures of the characters I like, no matter what line they come from. That's where I'm in there. It's like if I like that figure, I like that character, I'm gonna get it. Whether it's a Mezco, Mafex, Marvel Legend. I even said I'm gonna get that Barry Allen that's coming out from Toddy Mac because that's the Flash that I've wanted him to release for 4 years now. So I'll get that Flash. That's gonna be dope. But it's that's where I'm at. Like, I'll get the stuff of the character that I like, and I want to get a version of that character.
That's why I get all the Storm collectible Mortal Kombat's.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
I like another like issue I always felt like was with me is like I grew up loving like supervillains. So like, you know, for every like superhero, he has his own fucking rogue gallery. So like you always kind of like, for instance, like at first I was like, I'm only gonna buy X-Men characters, like X-Men universe characters, and then like only Batman universe characters, and then like it just kept going. Oh, I need Guardians of the Galaxy. They made they made the comic versions, and so I'm big on the the comic style adaptations. So I'm like, let me get that. I got the Star-Lord, Ronin, and that. Now I gotta keep going. I gotta get Drax and his
Moon Dragon. Yeah.
I don't want the Jada Pinkett Smith Marvel Legend. Can I just get Drax? Like, what the fuck? It's such an ass like looking figure. I'm like, oh god, I don't want that.
Yeah, it's that. But
guys, I'll be right back.
Okay, but that, like I said, it's been. I really feel like I'm in cherry pick mode. I mean, I like that because, like I said, I can go get the character specific that I want to get, and everything else I can leave on the shelf. So it has kind of freed me up like a lot in some senses. Because even though I may be buying some figures that cost 3 times more than some of the figures I bought 2 years ago, I'm freed up because I'm not buying like a dozen of those. You know, I'm getting them when they come out quarterly or whatever. It's like that. So it's really nice. It's a good time, man. This is a good time to collect, bro.
Dude, like you know how Mezco was on like a 2-year delay because of COVID and all that shit.
Yes.
And then this year they just went. Like it was like 2-3 back to back.
Oh, man, they were dropping.
Bro, it was so like I mean it was annoying for me because they weren't stuff that I could just be like, nah, I don't need it. Like I only did it to one. It was Ultraman. It was Ultraman Mezco. Yes. I was like, I didn't grow up on the show, so I'm like I can just say no to it. I'm like, fuck it, take whatever, you know, take the L.
Yeah.
No, there's
everything else I've gotten. I gotten all the Rumble Society figs. Anything Marvel, DC they do, I pick up.
There you go.
Anything horror related, I gotta pick up.
There you go.
It's funny because from Mezco, I like their more obscure characters like Sod Cutter, Atticus Doom. Like the more supernatural shit.
Yes.
And they make so many Gomez's, and to be honest with you, I don't really love the Gomez like that.
Right.
But they put it on such great bodies that you can kit bash and
you can. That's a good.
Right.
In fact,
like for instance.
It's funny you say that because our boy Zombie Clown, he's excited because he got the Mezco Power Rangers, right? He's about to go down that rabbit hole, but he's also considering going and grabbing Gomez's specifically for that, so he can use those base bodies to make himself civilian Power Rangers and stuff. So I was like, that's a great idea. So you're right. Like you, even if you don't really care for that Gomez, you can get that body to use it for kit bashes and things like that, which is dope. So
like the one that broke the camel's back, because I was like on hard right policy. I was like, I'm not buying any Gomez's. But then they made, I'm half Chinese, so I grew up on Kung Fu and I love fucking Bruce Lee. So they came out with the Gomez of Death, and I was like, I need that shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, fine, take my money.
Oh yes. Oh shit. Collectible says I just got my first Mothex Magneto. Haven't opened. Well, welcome, dude. Get ready to jump. Get ready for that rabbit hole. Get ready for a rabbit hole, man. Go. Get ready. Get ready to jump in. It's gonna be.
I feel like Mothex gets better every release. Like how they I don't know. I feel like they try to improve all the time.
They kind of do. It's but again, I feel like in general, to some degree, all the toy manufacturers are trying in whatever route. Some are trying harder than others, but they're all attempting to like, let me give you a little bit something better. It's just that you, in the competitive realm, you better try harder, man, because money is money. People gonna put their money where they can get
exactly. An example of that is that remember for the longest time it was only Mezco and CERN, like Hot Toys and other lines that did cloth goods. And it got to a point where it's like that was the wave. I mean, it's still the wave, but that is the wave. So now you have Marvel Legends and McFarlane toys, even sometimes doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, Marvel Legends gave their Hawkeye a loin
Yeah,
cloth.
the long. Yep.
They gave what's a Beast? They gave Beast
Yeah, they
like
get
a
Beast
cloth
lab
lab
coat.
coat.
Yep. Man.
So yeah,
so
they have to adapt because
you have
again,
to.
like you said, people want, like, if you give something this, like, at a lesser cost that's similar to the higher toy brands, you're gonna make bank off that shit.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sell through the roof.
Yeah.
And
But I find it so funny and like interesting. Like, you really do have people out there who fucking hate soft goods. They're like, it looks like a Barbie. Fuck that shit.
You
I'm like,
do.
damn, really? I'm like, oh, okay.
I think, in all fairness to people that hate it, honestly, I think I don't know if they've actually purchased a lot of that to be familiar with it. So it's more coming from a place of unknown, not really knowing what, because I feel like if you get it in hand, like, for example, you could be buying, complete plastic Mezco, or NECA, Michael Myers all day, right? And be like, I hate soft goods. But I guarantee you, that same person buys this Mezco Michael Myers, they're going to flip. They're going to flip. They're going to be like, oh shit, soft goods aren't that bad. They're actually pretty great.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely a learn curve or something that's unorthodox. I guess like you're a '90s baby, you know what I'm saying, or older than that. But yeah, man, once you get it in hand, and you're like, oh shit, and like, for instance, like one of from a photographer perspective, when I shoot Marvel Legend, like anything hard plastic, I constantly always have to like worry and try to fix the glare from lights because they don't have a lot of figures. They don't bother with a matte finish. It's always glossy. And
that's right.
It's so fucking more annoying to shoot versus just taking a cloth figure version of that, and you don't have to worry about any of that shit. And you can just start shooting.
You're good to go. So no, it's. But I think it, and the reason why I say I feel like those are people who haven't allowed themselves to feel that. Play around with that actual soft good figure is because I'm saying that from the perspective of me. Just 2 years ago, I didn't own any premium figures like that. Yeah, I had Hot Toys, but I didn't consider them. They're their own thing. But I didn't, and it wasn't until Blitz, he got the Vapor, and he was like, "Dude, you got to check." When I got that thing, I was like, "Oh shit, this is what they've been talking about all the time."
Yeah.
All right, okay, all right, I'm good.
Bro, I had to get my Vapor a custom Wu-Tang shirt. I'm like, I have to. I had
nice.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's dope.
It's the most Barbie doll shit I've ever got into. I'm like, I gotta get him a fucking shirt,
Hey man, trust me. Once I went down that route, like I found like a Thor, because I have the Marvel Legends Thor, and I have the 80th anniversary Marvel, but I found one that had a cloth cape. I immediately bought it. I was just like, I don't care how much that shit, because it just at that point I'm like, okay, cloth, okay, shit. It just started.
It's funny you brought that up because that is a new rule that I started now, where like any Marvel Legend I have that has a plastic cloth part, I have to, because now I got a tailor. I got a net where I'm plugged in, so I got a person who can customize me cloth goods at great quality and low cost. So I'm sending her all my Marvel Legends that have plastic. I'm like, take that shit off and put it on.
Give me the upgrade.
I mean, I was gonna buy Mayfix Thor and just sell off my Marvel Legend Thor, but when I saw them coming in, the end product, it was mad small, and it was just like, dog.
Yeah, he's tiny. I skipped him because he's tiny.
Yeah,
I got the Marvel Legends with a plastic cape. With a cloth cape, so I'm good.
Bro, like they were defending it. They're like, "Oh, this is based off Jack Kirby Thor." I'm like, "Listen, I'm the biggest comic nerd next to the next motherfucker." But come on, like that doesn't excuse it to be like fucking skinny and short and like two of those things. Come on, man.
Yes. No, and that's the thing. Like, and I think, and going back to what you said earlier, that's the problem I see, like with the message boards and stuff like that. When it's time to call out something, they don't call that out. But when it's not time to call out something, they're calling that out. It's like, if you're going to call something out, call it out when it's appropriate. like you're absolutely right. There's no way that Moth X store should have been smaller than Iron Man and Spider-Man and shit. That's just stupid. So you call that out, but other times when people are calling stuff, it's like, dude, why are you calling that out? That doesn't even, you choose your battles wisely.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, dude,
and like
I just picked her up. I just got this chick, right? And she's dope as hell, right? The new Black Widow, right? But I remember I saw some people on boards or whatever. She's got the same accessories as the dude. I don't give a damn if she got the same. That means I get double accessories. I got the other one has this, but the figure itself is amazing. So just give it kudos where kudos are due. Don't complain about that. Complain about something else. It's like,
that was actually my first introduction to like the toxic side of toy collecting was like in those Facebook groups. There were some groups where like for certain toy brands that like it was like dog. It's like you couldn't say anything wrong, anything. Not even like I mean there are people who are super like there's a way to go about it, being constructive and like being like genuinely being like this sucks. This is kind of like subpar. But even at that level, you would have like people being like, you can't say that here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, dog. At the end of the day, like, can we just like discuss like the strengths and weaknesses of a product?
Thank you. Because you're right. At the end of the day, unless you're actually getting paid by Mattel or Hasbro or whatever, then like maybe just be able to be free to criticize.
And so don't get me wrong. There's plenty of examples of people going about it the wrong way who are like, "Oh, this new figure is absolute shit." It's like, just stop collecting the fuck. Get out of the group and stop collecting the lines. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, if I'm gonna talk anything, like for instance, the Mayfix store. That was like one of the like I don't really talk shit like that, but that was a figure I had to like voice my opinion. I was like, and I said it from a very like calm and like respectful opinion. I said, look, bro, I have like a $40 Marvel Legend Thor that is the desired look. The only thing fucked up about it is the cape gets in the way. Why am I gonna pay $60, $70 more for another version that is still not up to what I want out of the character?
Exactly.
So people were like, oh, how could you compare Mayfix to Marvel Legend? Easy. I'm a comic book guy. Comic book accuracy has to be there, or I'm not fucking with it.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. See, and that's the way you're supposed. That's because that's actually constructive criticism. I don't think they know the difference a lot of times.
But that's the way you're supposed to go about it. Not just like, oh, this sucks. Fuck this. And it's just like, dog, just go collect cards or. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of other hobbies you can like go into. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know is that at the end of the day, you got to zoom out of what we're doing. We're all a bunch of grown ass men talking about fucking plastic toys all day, every day. It's not normal. It's not fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of hobbies that will get you far more better pussy and clout. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. I have to explain to like any girl I'm talking to. I spent instead of spending my money on going on vacation trips and picking up new whips, I'm spending that money on like my little fucking plastic toys. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I explain it benefits me from a mental health perspective as well as it's a healthy hobby in terms of like. When you're doing photography, whatever shit you have going on in the day, from work, from family, whatever, I'm saying and sometimes you don't want to even shoot for that day. You want to just like curl up into a ball and just fucking zone out. But now, once you get to start shooting, all that negative shit goes fucking pause and on the left side.
100.
And you meditate. You know what I mean?
It's a wonderful hobby, man. Because you're right. It could. I mean, it's much better hobby than I'm 17 chasing down marks for my shit. This is a much better hobby than that.
It's funny because I always explain to people. I tell a lot of people that I came up with. They're always like, why are you how come basically I'm at the prime of my youth. I'm in my 30 and younger 30s. They're like, why aren't you doing this and that? Why are you doing this instead? I'm like, listen, we went different routes. You went the right route where you kept your head low, you grinded, and now you're just experiencing a social life. I fucking jumped off the porch at like 17 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like now I'm being a responsible person and being like, let me do a hobby that's, you know what I'm saying, like keeps me out of trouble and it's healthy for me.
Man, preach, bro.
Yeah,
man. Yes, man.
Like you could spend $300. I spent way more. I spent like $700 on like going out for a night and drinks and partying versus you know what I'm saying. You put a fraction of that money towards something you actually have for life until you don't want it anymore.
That's right. No, this is true, man. I love the perspective you bring into the game, man. This is wonderful because it's the truth, man. It's like there are definitely much more adversive hobbies we could be all partaking of, and so this is cool. This is, I mean, some people collect rocks. I like my ex hearts. She still has mine. Damn, Biko. Oh man.
So like bro, like even like I used to be like a sneakerhead. Like I collected at one point I was collecting the OG like like the CGI graded comic books and all that shit. And that was only shit. I was never anything I ever collected. I never ever went into it or ever wanted it to be a get money type of thing. I was like, nah, I want to own something that I truly love and something from a fond memory. You know.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
and I feel like that's the fine line. You know what I'm saying, with like a lot of people in the game and people who don't last that long in the game is because they don't have genuine motivation factors for even being in it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love. You know what I'm saying? All right, like for instance, like I love comic books, so I love having comic book figures. That's my shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like a lot of people, they just want to, I know some people that actually buy toys just to shoot and then sell them off right away.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I get the mentality, but from me perspective, I'm like, I kind of look at that kind of funny. Like you're not really in it for the right reasons then. You know what I mean?
That's an at the moment toy photographer.
Yeah,
it's like, if that's what you want, go be an actual photographer where you don't have to keep buying your subjects. You know what I mean?
It's like you buy it because it's out and because other people want to shoot it and other people want it. You get it and you shoot it, and then you're like, what am I gonna do with it? Let me just get rid of it.
Dude, I mean, like for me, I mean, it doesn't bother me to have something in my box and just like not even take it out and really walk it like that. I just have it just to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but you're getting it because it's something like you said. It's something you like. So you're like, oh man, I gotta take that. Whether you shoot it or not, you still like it. Most likely you are gonna shoot it, but it still has its own value to you. So that's what's up, man. It's like at the moment, I love that voice. At the moment, that's dope. Oh man,
Toy addict.
You can buy and sell those plastic. Yeah, you can flip them.
Dude, like you have to have a lot of patience for that shit and a lot of capital because I don't know about you, but like if I'm selling something, I want it gone. Like I don't want to have to play the waiting game. I don't want to keep doing negotiation shits. Like, and I'm a nice guy, so in terms of like, if someone needs what I have and I don't want it anymore, I give it to them most of the time lower than cost, if not cost. You know what I mean? Because I just want some of my money back, and I want it to go to a good home where you actually enjoy it. That's all.
There you go, man. Damn, man, breaking it down. Love it, man. That's what's up, man. Speaking of which, do you have any? What we usually do on the Lazy Boyz, we try to open a couple. I don't think anybody got shit to open tonight.
I just got a shot set up. That's all.
Let me see. I put a lot of shit away, but recently I bought the Marvel Legends Grey Hulk and Bruce Banner.
Shit! Nice. I want to see what that one looked like.
I don't got it on me right now, but I'll show you. I'll give you another example. So what I've been doing, like we talked about Marvel Legends modding with cloth goods. Yeah. I do that with my McFarlane Toys Spawn figures.
Oh shit.
That's what's up.
I fucking put the cape on. I ripped the old shit off. I glued the skull onto the crotch, and I got the gauntlets. And it's wired and everything too. So like
that's what's up.
It just improves the photography experience.
Oh man, the upgrades are like anytime if you can pull off a good upgrade, which usually you can if you know what you're looking for,
Oh
Oh
shit,
shit.
that just levels it up.
Go
that's
off.
fucking crazy. That's awesome.
That's dope.
Got the
Go
leather
off.
shits.
Damn.
Oh, you know what? Are any of y'all Rick and Morty fans?
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, this is the one custom I have zero regrets about, and I get so much love. And I should post it more, but I just don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be a cloud chaser. But I have a Rick Sanchez custom. Mezco
Yo,
sick,
Oh shit.
dude,
That's dope.
that's hella dope, bro.
dude, I love it. I fucking love it.
Look
Oh
at
shit,
that.
that's
Oh,
insane. That's
damn,
awesome.
dude.
Man, what the hell?
Hell yeah.
All right,
Let
all
me see.
right.
I got
Take some shots, Morty.
So like I got more of the spawn. Like I customized the
that's
clout.
dope.
Oh.
Shit.
Damn. Oh.
It's got like the metal wired cape.
Oh
Sorry, the
man.
weapon
you
and
swapped-
shit.
Oh, that's
Nice.
dope, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. Man,
You
you
get
ain't
off,
joking
man.
about that
Yeah, I'm not.
customizing rabbit hole. You ain't playing around.
I mean, so like, dog, like I don't even like tell people. I don't brag about being a customizer. I just do it.
Right.
If it's something I can do, I'll do it. If I can't do it and I really want it, I got like people who I'm good friends with, and they're
That's
fucking
dope.
and they're amazing. Like shout out to Podong Padong. He's a great fucking customizer.
Nice.
He actually put me on game and everything about the whole how to do it and all that shit.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So you know what I'm saying, I was fortunate to meet these type of peoples in the toy game to like, you know, to reinforce how to move the way I move. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Man, nights, man. We appreciate you, man. You come with the real, man. I appreciate it, bro.
for real.
Come with the
Spitting
real
facts.
tonight. That's what's up.
Yo,
That's what's up.
and that's I want to give you guys a compliment on your podcast. You guys definitely have like the same energy that I try to have in our toy groups lives. Is to have a very laid back and humanistic, you know, interaction and approach. You know, because there are specific toy platform movements that are very kind of like, what's the word? Very straight edge, you know what I'm saying, and very like some. I know some there's some strict that like they don't even want you to curse. They don't want you to talk about certain stuff. And it's just like, dog, like I don't know about y'all, but like I'm doing this to chill with other like grown ass men and like, you know, just like talk about our geek ass hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not trying to make this into another bullshit environment like my job where I gotta, you know, I gotta act a certain way. I gotta clean up
Where
my
you gotta
language,
be
my
fake.
accent.
Mhm.
I hate that shit.
Yes, man. Yes. Oh man. So AB, you got anything? You got anything to open?
No, not at all, brother.
All
I made
right,
like
you
a
got
little
it.
box of it, but nothing.
Green,
I'm
you
doing
got
good so
anything?
far.
I got I picked up something at the beach, but he's still in my suitcase right now. I haven't unpacked yet.
Okay, cool. Blitz, I know's got something to show us. He got a shot set up.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Want me to show it now?
Yeah, let's dive on.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, it's a work in progress. I just started messing around with trying to mess around with making a cosmic dial for my cosmic legions.
Oh, nice.
Now let me
Yes.
turn on my lights real quick.
Rabbit hole for Cosmic Legions is about to get deep, man. We about to go deep.
Oh yeah.
We're
I don't know though. I'm not a fan of what book 2 looks like, but
Right.
book 3 I think I'm gonna go all in.
Okay.
Give me a second here. Oops, going by. These technical difficulties now.
When you guys buy Mythic Legions, like, you know, for me, like I get all the Skeleton Warriors. I can only get one each because I can only afford them. You know what I mean?
Yes, Skeleton Warriors.
When they say the builders, I'm like, dog, I'm not
Nice.
paying $60 for like each pop.
Right.
Well, so Four Horsemen Studios is located in New Jersey. So when they go to cons, I go to them, and they sell them at $37.
Yeah, he loads up. That's dope.
That's sick. I love that door.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
So yeah, I made let me move them out the way. A rustic door.
Damn.
I still got to add to it. Like I was messing around with printing some 3D printing some stuff today. I 3D printed this crate. I rusted it up.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Damn.
This is like a space. Well, hold on, you can read it. a space power box. I'm gonna add like
shit,
like a
man!
cable going around to the door.
Oh, that's
I'm
sick.
talking about that fucking keypad on that door is off the chain.
That's sick.
Hold on, I'm trying to. There we
Is
go.
that card
There
or
it
is that that's card, right? At a phone board?
Yeah, that's foam board.
Nah, sick.
That's
That's
fucking dope, bro. Oh shit!
So the door has rust all over it. It's weathered.
Damn.
You can see like the
Nice.
gray, silver shine, like if the metal was like banged on.
Damn.
Dude,
That's
I'm
dope,
like, do
dude.
you sell dioramas and stuff? Like, do you make it right?
Nah, I have zero patience for dioramas. The guys know. I hate building dioramas because I'm always at the when is it gonna be done stage. So like I did the guys know, and I'll show you too. So they seen my castle diorama. I have a castle diorama that I built for my Mythic Legions, and it took me like 2 weeks.
Was that
But it
bad?
was the worst process ever because I wanted to get to shooting my fucking shots. But that's my castle diorama.
Wow.
Dude is sick as shit.
Yeah.
Jeez,
yeah.
that is so sick.
You got the working drawbridge on that shit.
Mhm.
My God.
Yeah. And my lanterns for Suwang, the Monkey King, Mythic
Yeah.
Legion. Don't pay no mind to my Ditto. That's my boy. But there goes.
Ditto.
That's my Mythic Legions right there. All my skeletons.
Oh, so you're like me, you get one of each, right?
Well, I got a few of the female Legion builders,
Oh yeah. Nice.
and then I got the other 2 Legion builders. Then I got the horses,
Loose. They're getting loose.
vampires, other ones.
Do the
My
figure of
Figura
skirt.
Scourge, yep.
Yeah.
Some of the Cosmic Legions,
Man, them things are sick, dude. Cosmic. All right, I'm in on Cosmic.
but
Get some more. That's what's up.
That's
so
right.
yeah, this is my
That's
shot.
dope, dude.
That's
Man.
badass, brother. Hell yeah, man.
That's
That's
dope.
sick.
Damn, man. Okay, all right. That's how we're doing. We're doing it up.
How you guys feel that the government is like slowly trying to tell the
Oh
aliens
man,
are
that's
real?
that's
It's like
that's a whole nother show, Nights. That's a whole nother show. If you know.
We got the expert on our hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother show, bro. That's something else right there.
I love how collectively though, like today's society, we're just so stressed we don't even give a shit. Like, all right,
Isn't
whatever.
that
Yeah.
funny? Isn't
Right.
that
Okay.
funny?
Cool.
It's like, oh,
I seen a
whatever.
video. I seen a video on Instagram. It was a reel, right? And the guy was like, he was in his house. Somebody knocks on his door. He goes, "I'm from the government."
Oh yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, like my money." He was like, "My money's a problem," something like that. And then the guy goes, "Well, did you know that aliens are around?" And he's like, "Yeah, but did you know my food stamps are gone?"
Right.
He was like, "How?" So the government dude goes, "What's that behind you?" He goes, "Are you telling me so I can look around and then you run away?" He goes, "No, it's an alien behind you." He was like, "Yeah, just like my food stamps." It was hilarious.
That's it. I will say, the only alien type cosmic shit I'm gonna go down to. So this is at least tonight. Maybe on another night terrors, we'll deep dive. We can deep dive on that.
I feel it.
The boys know this was alive on the live stream. We were doing an unboxing, opening what we picked up. I happened to get Star-Lord. I bought Star-Lord from Walmart exclusive. I thought I was getting Star-Lord, and it was an old Iron Man stealth suit in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, they got you?
So,
Damn.
yeah, they got me.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, I went by Walmart. Not only did I find him discounted for like $18, but I finally got the Star-Lord, and so
Dude, he's good. I like him, man. He's
I
dope.
feel redeemed after opening the box on the live stream last month or so,
Yeah.
and having getting got.
Oh man.
So that was. I was like, damn, man, karma does work out sometimes.
Nah, for sure, man.
Man, Vico senses Xenomorphs. Yeah, man, that's a deep dive. We'll maybe we'll do a Lazy Boyz dedicated.
Lazy alien this episode.
Yeah, Lazy Alien setup.
Right.
We'll have everybody jump on the one and talk about aliens and shit.
I feel you.
I'm down.
But yo, guys, I just want to give you a heads up. I gotta clock out like in a couple minutes.
Oh
Gotta
no,
take
no
care of some
worries,
stuff.
brother.
Yeah,
We,
man.
No,
we're
you're
winding
good.
down. We're winding down anyway. Because we said a lot tonight. It was it was a good. In fact, man, we appreciate you because like you covered a lot of ground for us. In just our subject matter tonight, which was dope. Like it was seamless. It's a seamless show tonight.
I mean, bro, if you come to any of our Geeked Out Click live interviews and stuff like that, I try to always cover these topics in terms of like the art, like the artistry, and as well as I try to always bring it up in every live interview about like the mental health benefits of pursuing not even just like toy photography, pursuing a hobby that like is it can be nerdy or whatever, but it genuinely benefits you, stress wise. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So true, man.
Absolutely, 100%.
So what you guys, before you jump off and before we wind down, what you got in store? What's Geeked Out Click? Because I know you got. I think I put in for the thing. You guys are doing the posing thing. What's going on with that? Tell us a little bit about it real quick so the people can know.
So that's ran by our member Animoji Figures. He does I have fucked up hands, so I don't do it, but he starts the hand posing challenges. Our group has weekly collab things open to to the community to join, shoot. Like for instance, like last week was like portrait, so like everyone can shoot a portrait. And then we got one of our people to make a nice, real presentation off of everyone's submissions and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
But really, bro, like when it comes to Geeked Out Click, we're like hovering in that we're trying to keep moving forward, but still maintaining like our lane in terms of like we don't want to be too like kind of like clout hungry and like what I mean. What's the word? Kind of like more superficial about it. And at the same time, we don't want to be. We want to have some exclusivity to it, not just be like a free for all, like anyone can join type of thing. We just want to make sure we're because when you belong to something that's closed, you do feel it's more special. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's not to deter other folks from asking if they want to join. That's just saying like we want to bring that experience to people, saying like, hey, I'm in a club. Type of like feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we're continuing. We're gonna keep interviewing a new guest every week. We do plan on expanding over to YouTube and Discord.
Nice.
There
we go.
So I mean it's been funny because like I don't even like I'm not like if you were to like really know me like on a personal level, you would know I'm not really like an extroverted guy, but I guess that's what I give off when I do these lives. So like I just accept it, and I from my group I carry on that load in terms of like being like the face of the group.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like also I have a lot of experience in mediating and being trying to what I'm saying, all about communication, how you communicate with people. There's times when you want to put your foot down, and there's other times when you want to give the benefit of the doubt. You have to be very wise to deter which is the right way to go. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's very true. And it's going back to what you said earlier too, like even like you said, it's not so much like approaching it where you're saying, I mean, we're a closed off thing. It's actually, if you're doing it the way you're doing, hopefully what it's doing is inspiring others to branch out and bring out their stuff. That's the, because we've experienced that. I can say that us fellas know that for a fact. We've had those compliments thrown back at us that we've influenced other people to break off and branch out and do what they can, make their own career. It's dope, dude, and that's really when you know the community is working like a well-oiled machine, because everyone is putting in their effort in their corner, and it's bringing more people to pop out their own corner and then pop out that corner, and it's dope, dude. It's dope. It's a dope. It's what you call osmosis if you get it right.
It's crazy though, because like I mean I've heard stories of like there's beefs between toy photographers and stuff like that. It's just like I feel like it shouldn't even get to that like type of level. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we don't gotta interact. Like you shoot the way you shoot, I shoot the way I shoot. Like you know what I mean?
Well, but I think to briefly speak upon that, just for a little quick touch, is that here's the thing, whatever you're coming to do in this arena, first of all, try to be yourself, first and foremost. Try to have fun and just be genuine. Like, you know what I mean? Be as genuine as you possibly can. Yeah, that sounds kind of weird coming from a dude wearing a mask, but I wear a mask because that's my job. And it's like, I got to protect me and y'all. So, but other than that, it's like you be genuine, you know, because people respect that when you. But
do it expecting nothing in return.
Exactly. It's just, you know, but we've seen people move in like a falsified manner, and ultimately that ends up just letting everybody down. Because it's like, dude, just be you up front, and then people are cool. Even if what you think being you might not be accepted, you'd be surprised. Just be you, and you most likely get accepted.
100%.
That hard. Hey, Ravens, thank you for joining us, brother. Appreciate you joining us, man.
Man, have mad fun, bro.
Hey, do me a favor. Hold on, real quick. So we have something called the Pick Plug, where we promote people's like pages and things like that. So for the collab that you're doing, send me like a promo art if you have it, and we could throw it up on the Pick Bar page and promote it for you guys.
Yeah,
nice. Yo,
Send us the info so we can plug it.
I will, bro. I will, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I subscribe to you guys and everything, so we're locked in, bro. We're good.
Appreciate it,
yeah,
man.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thanks again, Night Terrors, for coming on.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Oh man, anytime.
Anytime.
And if you stick around just a couple more moments, Bliss is gonna, close us out. And you guys know that any of the fellas, Geeked Out Click, are able to come on if y'all want to host, y'all want to do whatever. Anytime y'all want to do, it's an open door for y'all. All right, like know that it's open. It's open territory. Blitz, you want to bring us out real quick?
Yeah, because I know he got to go too. So, All right, so just a few announcements real quick. So this Friday on Friday Night Feats, we're going to have on Super Action Stuff. He'll be joining us.
Yes, sir.
Definitely hyped for that. Have your questions ready in the comments. So definitely join us for that. We'll be hosting the Pig Bar this Wednesday. So come hang out with the fellas for the Pig Bar this Wednesday as we do what we do, and that's appreciate the community. Thursday is Toy Addict 17 and Unworthy Collector. They're going to be doing a Worthy Addiction 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I was their guest last Thursday for SummerSlam. That was awesome. Definitely check them out, man. They got a unique show going on, especially the boys from Behind the Plastic, TMNT 1987. Not a Bird, Not a Plane, Toy Photography, and Sequential Plastic. Those fellas are amazing. They got an amazing show going on. 12 minutes of pure pressure interview. if you're still talking when the clock goes to 0, you asked out because the interview's over. But definitely love what they're doing. We were all guests on them. AB's going to be recording his episode with them real soon. So definitely look out for when AB gets on because I'm looking forward to that, AB. Green with his boy for Echo Base Radio. If you love Star Wars and the lore of Star Wars, they got a nice thing going on, man, where they go deep dive into all the Star Wars movies and the lore of Star Wars. Definitely check them out. Next Sunday for Lazy Boyz, we have Adrian's _photography 22. He'll be joining us for Lazy Boyz next week. And the last thing, Unworthy Collector is also doing another No Justice collab.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't find the original post, so I don't remember what was the theme. But if you guys are interested, the last one was Batman Rogues. I'm not sure. I think it's Aquaman variants, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dope.
I think so too.
Hit him up and he'll have the details for you when the photos are due by. He did an amazing job with the last collage. So many people participated in it. It was great. So hit up Unworthy for that. And that is all the announcements that I have today.
Yeah, that's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. And again, thank you, brother, for coming on. Thanks for joining us tonight. If y'all ain't knowing, follow the homie Night Terrors. Follow all the Geeked Out Click fellas. You know, they putting it down, and also, yeah, he's gonna send us some information what they're doing right now, so we can, you know, promote that out there for him.
Yeah,
and get it
For
going,
sure, man.
We appreciate
Thank
it,
you, man.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it,
it,
definitely.
So, you know,
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Yo, appreciate it, man. I had mad fun with y'all.
oh yeah,
No,
man.
no doubt,
Anytime,
man.
Yeah, man.
anytime.
Back at you, brother. Hell yeah.
As we like to say to close out the show, it's time to stop being lazy. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
You heard the man.
Take care, guys.
We
You heard
out.
Heard him. We out.
Peace.
Y'all be
Yeah.
safe. Y'all have a wonderful night.
You too,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.